Now, dear friends, I think it's time to hear something rather special, a duet that you wouldn't expect that you'd hear it here on Cork Music Station, but this takes us back to Saturday night, right there in beautiful Carriganima, in a state-of-the-art new venue with the most amazing floor set out for the occasion, beautiful stage, a special bar, and a huge appreciative crowd. All because Peter Lane, and who started the wonderful show and then introduced to the wonderful audience, you had wonderful Gina and the champions. And wow, what a welcome. But at the very end of the concert, there was a duet with the man who was mainly responsible for coordinating this amazing event, and of course with a great dedicated team, and made very clear that's of course the wonderful Sean Murphy. So let's listen to Gina and Sean on stage in Carriganima on Saturday night.
Are we ready, Gina? He taught Peter it was good when you see this. Well, I started on the band now, follow. Go on. When I was a little bitty baby, my mom would drop me in the tray. When the moon carried me back home, it was down to Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana. When the moon carried me back home, those hot clothes get rocking, they don't need very much talking. When the moon carried me back home, it was down to Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana. When the moon carried me back home, all hands in the air.
A little bit funny.
Come on, Lou.
Funny, drop the money in the feels
Back home.
You call us, we call you. Cotton fields back home. Oh, when those cotton balls get rotten, they don't pay very much cotton. In the old cotton fields back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texarkana. In the old cotton fields back home. In the old cotton fields back home.
Wasn't that some job? And we were rehearsing all day. I surprised you with that. After that, Gina sing one more song, and that's it. All right? Thanks, lads, for coming, and thank John Patcher and all the crew that helped us get this thing together. And of course, thank you for coming.
Amazing.
Amazing crowd tonight, Gina.
Absolutely fantastic. And can I say, all the lads up in the bar, they worked very hard tonight. All the boys.
Oh, Alan and Kathleen.
Alan and Kathleen, is it?
Kathleen, yeah.
This is very special for you up there. Hi, Kathleen. Ready?
And of course, before you go, Gina,
What?
where you got your meal this evening, Meg and Peter and Tig. You were mad about Tig.
Tig was gorgeous. He was a third gentleman.
Tig and home with you.
Very handsome. Tig, my daughter is just that little bit older for you, but if she was, I'd have brought her down. If she was
Imagine her on
amazing.
Yeah. Right,
Amazing.
super duper, Gina. Thank you very much.
And thank you.
Did you enjoy your night in Carriganima?
Immensely.
Massive. What do you think, folks? Super. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks.
Put him back. Are we going, everybody, come on?
Oh my goodness, wasn't that wonderful, dear friends? I want you to hear a very special interview that we did with the wonderful Gina when we went right over to the home of Mary O'Sullivan, right across the road, and we spoke with Gina, and also present for the occasion was William and Ita and Mary herself, of course, and we were later joined by the champions, all the members of the champions. So, and Danny is tuned in to us there in beautiful Ballymcgilligan. Great to to hear you all, dear friends. But now, let's go to Carriganima, back to Carriganima again, to hear this very special interview.
Many years I passed through this village, and we went on to play in
the Star Ballroom
in Mill Street of a Thursday night.
And you were always hugely popular there.
But look out there tonight, look at that.
Absolutely.
Like 3 or 4 generations were out there, young people, grannies, daddies, all partying. It was amazing.
And just while you were actually singing, Gina, I met a couple who met in the Star Ballroom when you were performing in the Star Ballroom, and they're now married 45 years, I think.
Oh my God Almighty, we were to blame for lots of things. I'm actually delighted it worked out for them 45 years. I know another few that didn't last. I'm only messing here now saying that, but that was lovely.
Yes.
And we do hear that, and we do hear then, and then now that we do concerts now, we find when they come back to us in concerts, they bring their kids then as well.
Tremendous.
That the kids could see what they saw, what they experienced when they were out dancing at their age. So it's a...
And you have the secret of Tiernanog. You have just remained so young.
You're very kind there now.
No,
You
no,
really
it's,
are.
I think, with me at the moment is Ita and William Fitzgerald, and I think you both agree that this woman, this beautiful woman, has just got younger.
Absolutely,
amazing.
Not a day older.
And her voice is super as always.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Great.
You know, I suppose music is good for the soul. I actually think that. Because there's a lot of pressure as well in our business, right? And you might come to a gig not feeling the greatest, but the minute you go on the stage and the minute the light comes on, and then you become yourself, and then you're elated. It's you know,
Absolutely.
you can forget the tablet. Music is the thing. Get out there and do it.
And Gina, it's so clear that your heart is in it in such a wonderful manner. The rapport you had with the audience there tonight was just absolutely amazing. And your wonderful comments there it just hit the right note in a wonderful manner.
Well, you see, I had a chat with Willie on the radio the other night.
And by the way, that was a brilliant chat, and so humorous, so witty.
But you see, from there until now, Mary is sitting there now. Mary is here as well. The whole committee. And we were planning to bring up 1 or 2 to sing as well tonight. But from start to finish, we all gelled. I was one of the committee as well. We were all one, weren't we now? Like the amazing people who fed us, Mary's beautiful home, took us in to change.
Absolutely.
Warm, beautiful. I don't want to go home now, Mary. I'm going to stay the night.
Stay, Gina, stay.
I'm going to stay the night, Mary.
Not a bother.
It was absolutely, it's fantastic.
And one of your very early songs tonight was all about a butterfly.
Dragonflies.
Oh, dragonfly, sorry.
That's right.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourites. Oh, well done. Wow. That's
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give you a waltz now. And this is a tester now. Because I'm just warning you now. The engineer's here off to the left. So if you're wearing stilettos, girls, they're afraid in case the floor will sink. But you know, we've tested it already and it's fine, it's fine. And when they told me they were going to put a cement floor, because Gina was coming to town, I just said to them, are you trying to bury me here or what? Are you trying to keep me here? So come on everybody out here to a lovely waltz. A song there I recorded, a song called Dragonfly.
lovely. Oh, that's
Woo, come on.
lovely. You did your job very well. We have a great record of it.
Beautiful, beautiful song we dedicate to Jory and his wonderful family there. Jory of Circe.
Slow turning sun with somewhere to run are on your mind. Not a flash that you saw and was gone in the wink of an eye. As soon as we hear, we disappear like dragonfly. Their miracle blue can never tell you how it came to be. accidental design before you and me. And we ask the whole of our lives, well, maybe there's no why. As soon as we hear, we disappear like dragonflies. How can something so fragile leave us sadness? We all feel helpless once in a while. How can something so fragile leave us someone? We all need hunger once in a while. Though nature can sing such beautiful rings, did you think of this? That each of us know in our hearts we must go. That's where we see. And just as the dream you were now dissolved in the morning sky, as soon as we hear, we disappear like dragonflies.
And it just created such an atmosphere.
Yeah, the words are beautiful, and I recorded that a good few years ago now, but just people seem to love it. I think I record songs that I like recording. You kind of know, sometimes you record something that really your heart isn't in,
Yes.
but definitely my heart was in that one.
Wow.
And we have now, because we're 50 years on the road this September, we have a CD for 50 songs for 50 years, and we have their special song that we put that in it as well, Sad Movies. That beautiful song, and it is, isn't it?
And the minute you announced it tonight, Ita and William were out on the floor straight away.
I know.
And the focus was totally on yourself and on the happy couple.
No, but you see, I was telling Willie, one day I came from a big family, 10 of us, and we could all sing, actually. Every one of us could sing. But my older sister, I used to sleep with her, and my younger sister would come in sometimes crying. And so my older sister would sing her to sleep, and I would be put down the bottom of the bed, and she'd sing sad movies and other songs that were sad, all very sad, Nobody's Child, all those, and I would be crying mad down the bottom of the bed. And one day, many years later then, in the rehearsal room one day, the lads were playing something, and it sounded like that song, and I never wrote the song out. I never sat down to learn it. It just came, and I sang it. I told the story and I sang it. And every time people come up and say, which CD is Sad Movies on? So now I have it recorded, really. We have it recorded now, you know. And
It's so gorgeous.
but it means a lot to me too.
Yes.
It means a lot to me too.
Tremendous.
But yeah, what an amazing night. I didn't...
Absolutely brilliant.
I have to say now, to be truthful, the welcome we got from all the committee, from everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
And Sean Murphy is amazing, isn't he?
Do you know what? There's so many people amazing, because I don't know who was going to sing at the end. And they were saying, she'll be grand, Gina, you know, you'll sing, and it's in a fella's key.
Yes.
So I can't sing it in his key, like it's up here. They don't realise that. But we did the best we could.
Oh, the duets worked out very well.
Right.
With Peter, with Sean, it
Yeah.
really worked out so
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Well, we enjoy that.
And
It
of
was
course,
tongue-in-cheek.
you are here in a very welcoming home, as you can
What
see.
did I tell you?
Absolutely.
But Mary Mossy was, when we were thanking everybody, because Mary has so many rooms here, we nearly all had our own changing rooms. But
Mary.
when they were thanking Mary, Mossy said, tell Mary she wanted to put pillows on the bed, because the room that he was in, you didn't have any pillows on the bed, Mary.
So he might have been intending of staying, Mary. Must check him out.
So yeah.
Peter and Mary gave
Yeah.
us such a wonderful
beautiful
scene.
meal and a beautiful son.
And their son.
I actually,
yeah.
I thought it was a B&B because it was so beautiful. The house is amazing. It was amazing, and we had a ride, a spin to the venue, a spin back. Everything was. You had everything off to a T.
And
with
not
that.
only that, a special introduction by two gentlemen, John Joe Moriarty, and Pat Joe Kelleher.
Yeah, I know, like...
You're two builders.
Pardon?
You're two builders.
Yes, well, you see, we were having a crack, right, and I said to the lads, for God's sake, lads, you have your high-vis jackets on. Take your jumpers off. You have to show your muscle with the high-vis. Just having a bit of crack, you know.
It worked.
But I know, but it was fun. And, they did the great work on the floor. Like, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I just said, I hope you're not going to bury me under that concrete. I hope I'm going to sink when I come down. But it was fab.
I could have thought it.
It was fab.
And the other one aspect was the range of ages there tonight.
That's
From
right,
the
so
very young
like four
to
generations
the older.
Yeah, I get that. You know, but you know what, Mary? In your heart here, like, you're still 21. If you have your health.
Absolutely.
I think when you have your health, and, you know, and lucky that we have, right, age doesn't come into it.
Absolutely.
I don't see age. I don't.
No.
I never see it. I enjoy it, you know what I mean? I feel it now, the age.
God, no, you don't look at all.
But anyway,
But Gina, thank you so much. It's been so generous of you, and you are such a true lady in every sense. But of course, performer supreme. And 50 years. Yeah. What a special occasion this year is going to be.
It's like yesterday. It's a pity that Dale is gone. That poor Dale passed away
Absolutely.
2.5 years ago now.
Of course, we always say Gina, Dale Hayes and the champions.
That's right. And like, I was the last to come into the band. The band were formed. They had another name, but then I arrived. And so in 73, when Cork won the All-Ireland football, that's where we got the champions.
And 4 Mill Street players.
Really?
Oh, there was 5. Thomas Kelleher also.
Shaping here now already. Brilliant. But anyway, and that's when it started in 73. And when I met the lads, I was going to try it for 3 months. And if it worked out, it worked out. If it didn't, sure. And here I am still. But I think we gelled together, and they looked out for me, and we respected one another. We worked very hard as a band. We always rehearsed well. We took it seriously, but we had great crack.
Tremendous. And when you mentioned 50 years, the Cork team were specially brought together. Members of the Cork team, or relatives, if a player had passed, and they all were honoured in at a recent match here in Páirc Uí Chaoimh.
Well, that time I remember it was like Jimmy Barry Murphy and Ray Cummins were dual players, weren't they?
Yes.
So it was football 73. I think Galway beat us in 73. Now I sound very knowledgeable about it, don't I? But the only reason I know that is I'm sitting in the van for 50 years with the boys, and Dale was into car racing, and I'd be watching that, and we'd be watching television. We'd have a break, zoom, zoom. I said, I don't understand that. And he loved the cars, Dale, and then the boys, the GA. Hurling, football, and sure, Pat and the golf, and me in the middle of it all.
My goodness.
You know.
And before we finish, I'd like you to greet very specially Dominic McSweeney, the man who owned a hero.
Yeah. Dominic was an amazing man, and we played for him for a gentleman, I'd say that.
Owned the Star Ballroom.
Absolutely, and we came down there of a Thursday night. And we were playing a lot that time, and I don't even remember your village here, because we were always late, tearing down the road and couldn't look left or right. We were driving, but Dominic McSweeney was an amazing man. Absolutely. And he was. But you know what was beautiful about Mill Street? The cup of tea and the cakes. This lady, she was brilliant. And she'd be up on the balcony, and her daughters. She was cranky now if we were late coming up. She was cranking us. And she I can't remember her name. She was a beautiful lady.
We'll have to check that out.
Eileen, I think, was her daughter. Yeah. She'd put cakes away for us. They were the nicest cakes. And we were starving, Oh, wow. And after the gig...
what a beautiful memory.
I know, but they're just innocent, but they're beautiful memories.
Yeah.
Because... if you think about it, like, you can go 5 minutes down the road anywhere in Ireland and get a cup of tea. All the garages are open.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in Cork, from Cork to Belfast. There wasn't a garage.
Wow.
We'd be starving. If we were leaving Belfast, we'd get into Dublin. There was a little coffee shop there that we used to have something, and then all the way down to Cork. There was nothing. But now, that cup of tea that we enjoyed going up, and the cakes, we were like children.
Yeah.
And we should say, the cakes are gone, and we'd be all disappointed, and then she'd put away some for us under the counter. She was a beautiful lady, and our daughter, Eileen was her daughter's name, I
and
think,
we'll check
but
that
that
out.
was in Mill Street now.
And in fact, the one thing we will say is that we would be so deeply honoured if at some point you're ever come to Mill Street. We'll give you the guided tour of, take you to where the Star Ballroom is still there,
Right.
even though a totally different setting, but to give you a guided tour in Mill Street, and we might even go to Cullen.
Are you living in Cullen?
We're in Cullen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
And
much,
thank you,
Gina.
everybody.
This has
Okay.
been so
Very
special.
amazing.
And I think the final comment from Ita, William and Mary on this historic night here.
Well, Gina and her team, they're an amazing bunch of people. They're all very nice and they're lovely to know. Since we've got to know them, they've enriched our lives with music and with humour and niceness, and we've had a wonderful night with them.
Tremendous.
Yeah, exactly. There's no more words to say on it. Just a wonderful night, but wonderful night every night we meet Gina and the Champions, and lovely to pick up the phone there and have a chat with him off and on there. If there's different things happening, you can always give him a ring and they'll always answer the phone too.
Tremendous.
Works both ways, Willie. It works both ways. They're beautiful too. You know.
All I can say, Sean, is simply the best.